Well, hello, thank you for joining me today again on the Church History Trail. You're very welcome to the programme. And where we find ourselves today is at the town of Trim, down south. And what you're looking at there is known as the Yellow Tower. And the reason why it's called the Yellow Tower is because when the sun hits it, unfortunately the sun's not hitting it today, but when the sun hits it, it looks yellow. So that's the old monastery, which we will be looking at later. But where I want to take you now is into the castle. This is Trim Castle, and it certainly is a fantastic castle, especially the keep. So hopefully you will enjoy this. The strong gatehouse was built around 1180 on the site of an earlier timber gatehouse. There's a few rats, a few rodents. So this is the keep. Pretty amazing, isn't it? So Hugh de Lacy, who was an Anglo-Norman lord, and his son Walter started to build Trim Castle in County Meath in 1172 on the southern bank of the River Boyne. Now it was originally made of wood, and then they introduced stone to it, and of course Walter had to finish it because his father unfortunately passed on. So this is the Great Hall here that you're looking at. So courts, parliaments, feasts and all issues relating to the management of the lordship were discussed at meetings in the Great Hall here. And then this is the curtain wall, the tower and the curtain wall of the castle. Now, during the 15th century, the Irish Parliament met here no less than 7 times, so certainly must have been a good stronghold when they had the parliaments here 7 times. Now it fell into decline in the 16th century, but was restored during the Irish Confederate Wars in the 1640s. There's people, I've booked in for a tour there. That's people coming out after getting a tour of the keep. You have to go in the keep by tour, you just can't go in yourself. Now, in 1649, after Oliver Cromwell and his forces had sacked Drogheda, the Irish forces fled the castle here, and then it was occupied by Oliver Cromwell's army. You can see the Yellow Tower there again of the monastery. This is the river gate you're looking at now. Just zooming out, see that? That's actually very nice. So to allow for the delivery of stores from boats on the river, a new gate was made in the curtain wall to the east of the Great Hall, which is this here. Now, the castle here has a connection with the Duke of Wellington. So it has, because the castle was next granted to the Wesley family, who held it until Arthur Wesley, that was the Duke of Wellington, who was one of the heroes during the Napoleonic Wars. In fact, he was the hero of Waterloo in 1812, and then of course he became a British Prime Minister as well. But it was sold then by that family to the Leslies. So quite an amazing castle, no doubt about it. I'm not looking forward to the keeping yet I am, because I'm looking forward to seeing the history, but not the stairs. There's a lot of stairs up there. So that's obviously a well. This is where they would have got their water for the castle. And of course it's a Moat and Bailey castle, as you can see. So the way the Normans actually worked it was, if they had plenty of time, they could build a structure like this. But if they were in a hurry to get the fences up, say for instance the Irish were attacking them or whatever, then they would have threw up wooden defences on a Moat and Bailey until they had more time to prepare a brick or a block structure. Certainly the Anglo-Normans have left their mark on the island of Ireland, there's no doubt about it. When you think of this keep here, fantastic, and also the keep at Carrickfergus Castle, but also there's a fantastic keep also at the Dundrum Castle as well. So this is the River Boyne, the famous river that William III, the Prince of Orange, crossed in 1690 on the 1st of July. But not at this spot, of course. He crossed over near the vicinity of Old Bridge. There was a town there, a small town there then, so there was. They're ready to go up. My tour's not at 3:15. So I'm going to give you a wee read of these boards here. So this is the curtain wall that you're looking at here. The hill on which the castle stands was easily defended. The northeast side was washed by the River Boyne, while low ground to the southwest was marshy and level to flood. So that's this here. that. And then the Barbican Gate, which is this. And there's a tremendous Barbican Gate at Antrim Castle. So this is early in the 13th century. The weirs were completed on the Boyne, allowing the moat to be flooded, and the Leper River was channeled along the south curtain wall. So there you are.
Den Gang muss ich fotografieren.
How you doing? This is pretty cool, isn't it? You could just imagine with your musket shooting out there. See the river. So certainly when these walls were in their heyday, obviously they would have felt very secured in here. The Anglo-Normans, but I'm sure also that the Gaelic Irish would have felt very intimidated looking at this castle. Of course, this was on the west northern frontier of the Pale, so it was. Pale was an area around Dublin and beyond, which the English were in charge of and governed. And of course the Anglo-Normans, the reason why they're called Anglo-Normans is because they're a mixture of English and also French from Normandy, because of course the Normans invaded England in 1066 with the Battle of Hastings, where King Harold got the arrow in the eye. And then one of the Irish chieftains in the 12th century asked if one of the Normans would come over and help him against another fellow Irish chieftain. And so they did. And then also, of course, King Henry II, he also sent the Normans over to bring the Celtic Church into line with Rome. And of course, when the Irish, who were Scots, were driven out of Ulster, by the Gaels, they went to Scotland. So the Scots were originally Irish, strangely enough, and the Scote, and that's where we get Scotland from, the name Scotland, of course. And it's said that they took the Gaelic language with them, and so you have Scotch, Gaelic as well. So many of the Scotch during the plantation, whenever not only the English but a lot of Scots were coming over here as well, the Scots actually seen it as the great homecoming, because of course they had been chased from their land a number of centuries before that. So our history isn't just as simple as people make out, because even the Pope was sympathetic to, for instance, William of Orange in the Battle of the Boyne. And of course, the Grand Alliance, William's Grand Alliance, also involved Spain. And of course, Lord Lisburn, who's actually buried in St Patrick's Church of Ireland Cathedral in Dublin, was Catholic, but yet he fought for William in the Williamite army. So not as simple as people sometimes make it out to be. Thanks for watching, and God bless.